Hello everyone and welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. And yes, merch is available for those of you who have been asking. But now, let's get started on this foot. We'll talk more about that later. You can see there's a rock in the sole of this foot. Now if this is all you were looking at, you'd think, nah, no big deal. But you're about to see there's much more than meets the eye. When it comes to stones in the bottom of a cow's foot, that sole is made to be able to withstand that. But what happens is over time, that one little stone that gets caught in there can create a much bigger hole, and more stones continue to get packed in there, and eventually they make their way all the way to the corium. That's exactly what's happening here. You can see all those tiny stones packed up into this crevice. And even though you see a lot now, you're not even seeing a fraction of them. They just keep going deeper and deeper. Now you might think a bigger stone would cause more problems, but in actuality, it's the opposite. It's those smaller stones that are able to penetrate deeper into that sole. A larger stone takes much more force to drive in there, so oftentimes that will be stuck right on the surface. It's these smaller stones that find small cracks that can work their way all the way in. This is one of those instances where what looks to be a very small problem right now ends up looking much worse as we go. I'm always working slow at this point in the trim because I'm never really sure what's up underneath that sole. Once I get a better idea of what I'm dealing with, then I can start taking off more at a time. A common question I get is, how do you know when to stop? And the simple answer to that is just keep following the separation. If it's separated, keep working your way down. That's what I'm doing here. In this case, we started up here with the rocks, and we're going to work all the way down to that black mark on the toe. Here you can get a better view of that sole and what it looks like right now. You can see the area that was worked on up above, and that little black mark that we have to continue to work down to. But before we do that, as I mentioned earlier, the Nate the Hoof Guy store is now open. You can get merch of all different styles, from long sleeve tees to regular tees to hoodies, hats. Everything you're looking for is in there. So if you've been getting requests, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Now you've got something to tell them. Check it out. All the links and the details will be down in the description below. Let's get back to this trim. So what appeared at first to be a pretty sound sole with a few rocks in it, well, it's turned into an area of full-fledged sole separation. Swing in here and we'll give you a better view of that new sole. You can see there's some still raggedy bits here that we got to take off. No big deal there. This sole is not thick enough to bear weight yet. So we're going to slide over and we're going to put a block on that other claw to elevate this one off the ground. There is no openness left to this, so I don't have to worry about wrapping that other claw. But we do need a block to keep the weight off it for another couple weeks so that that sole can become thicker and then bear weight comfortably. Little touch up on that glue, and she is done, ready to go. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.